Portland's news station. This is NECN News Saturday.
Right now on NECN, stabbing investigation. The violent confrontation that police say all started with an argument on the T. Plus, a man is rushed to the hospital and another is facing charges. The frightening accident in one Massachusetts neighborhood. And critically injured, actor Tracy Morgan fights for his life following a multi-car pileup in New Jersey. But we begin tonight with breaking news out of Connecticut. That is where police are investigating an envelope filled with white powder. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Catherine Sotnick. Connecticut State Police say a woman who lives on Hunter Road in Montville opened up the envelope this afternoon and then found the white powder inside. Authorities are collecting a sample of that powder and will take it to the State Police Crime Lab. Toxicology testing will take about a week to complete. And moving on to developing news right now, federal transportation officials are now heading to the scene of a 6-car crash in New Jersey that killed one person and critically injured actor and comedian Tracy Morgan. Authorities say a tractor trailer rammed into the limousine bus that Morgan was riding in early this morning, setting off a chain reaction crash. 2 other people were seriously injured. The 45-year-old Morgan joined the cast of Saturday Night Live back in 1996 and then starred on NBC's 30 Rock. He is currently in the intensive care unit where Morgan's family says he's receiving, quote, excellent care. And back here in New England, a firefighter has been injured battling a difficult fire in Billerica, Massachusetts. Authorities say the flames broke out around 8 this morning in the basement of the home on Autumn Street and then quickly spread. An elderly woman lives in the home by herself. Fire officials say they had difficulty getting inside the house because there was so much clutter inside. They say that's what likely caused the injuries to the firefighter.
The firefighter fell down a flight of stairs. He was removed by the firefighters working with him and transported by Billerica EMS to the hospital.
He's expected to be okay?
Yeah, he's expected to be okay.
And tonight, the cause of that fire is under investigation. Well, moving on to the race for governor in Massachusetts, that is where Democrat Steve Grossman says he may spend as much as $9 million to win his party's primary. Grossman was required to submit the self-imposed limit as part of the state's public campaign finance law. He is one of 3 candidates who opted not to participate in the public financing system. Grossman's filing means all 5 Democratic candidates now have a top limit of $9 million for the primary. On the Republican side, Charlie Baker has a set primary limit of $5 million. Well, officials on the Cape still looking to identify human remains, a mutilated body found on the beach. The body's head was missing along with the arms and legs. The man was strapped to a dolly. The gruesome discovery was made on Wednesday at Town Neck Beach in Sandwich. The district attorney's office says the victim is a black male and was wearing a T-shirt from the Cranston Windustrial Company, a Warwick, Rhode Island-based company. Residents believe the suspect must have known the area, and they say they are rattled by this discovery.
I walk here all the time. I've been walking here for over 30 years. So, I mean, I don't feel unsafe, but obviously I feel that Sandwich has been somewhat tarnished in this horrible tragedy.
And investigators say based on the condition of the body, they think he was dumped there recently. Well, the little boy who died in a tragic fall in Boston was laid to rest today. The funeral for 2-year-old Dalen Walker was held at the Jubilee Church in Boston's Mattapan neighborhood. Last week, Walker walked up to the roof of the building in Dorchester where the daycare is located and then fell to his death. The investigation into the tragedy is ongoing. Well, poet and author Maya Angelou was remembered today at a memorial service in North Carolina. Among the people who gathered to pay tribute to Angelou, former President Bill Clinton, First Lady Michelle Obama, and Oprah Winfrey. The memorial service was held at a chapel at Wake Forest University, and that is where Angelou taught for more than 30 years. The First Lady delivered the eulogy.
For me, that was the power of Maya Angelou's words. Words so powerful that they carried a little black girl from the south side of Chicago all the way to the White House.
And Angelou died last week. She was 86 years old. Well, coming up on NECN, running for history. Will California Chrome shine in the spotlight with the Triple Crown on the line? And Ukraine's new president officially takes office. We'll tell you why his inauguration could be a turning point in the crisis. In world news tonight, it has been a deadly and a violent day in Iraq. At least 52 people were killed in a series of car bombs in Baghdad in a period of 1 hour. Earlier in the day, militants stormed a university in the country's Anbar province and took dozens of people hostage for several hours. 3 police officers guarding the university gate were killed in that attack. Police and military forces were eventually able to drive the gunmen away from that school. Well, Ukraine's newly elected president was sworn into office today. Petro Poroshenko faces huge challenges such as violence in the country's east, tensions with neighboring Russia, and a stumbling economy. After taking the oath of office, Poroshenko said he wanted to bring peace and unity to Ukraine and called for armed groups to lay down their weapons. Secretary of State John Kerry commented on today's inauguration.
We hope that in the next few days we can see some steps taken that will reduce the tensions, the possibility of a ceasefire, the possibility of Russia helping to be able to get the separatists to begin to put their guns away.
And leaders of 20 countries attended the inauguration ceremony in Kiev, including Vice President Joe Biden. Well, the pressure is on for California Chrome to end a 36-year run without a Triple Crown winner. During that time, 11 horses had the chances to win the crown, but none have made it to the winner's circle at Belmont. California Chrome's crew says he is ready to run.
He's as ready as he can get. You know, he's such a nice horse as far as his temperament goes. He doesn't get too worked up about anything.
Every place I go, he's on the front page of the papers, on television shows all over the country. I mean, I've never seen a horse get this kind of publicity in a long time.
And the Belmont will be the first race Chrome has ever run at that distance, and we wish him the best. Coming up next is a new leader emerging on the Red Sox. We'll tell you why the team could soon get out of its slump. And we do have some breaking news that we want to update you with from the top of the show. The truck driver involved in the crash that killed one person and critically injured actor Tracy Morgan has now been charged in that crash. Of course, we'll bring you the latest on this breaking news at 6 p.m. on NECN.com and at 6 p.m.
Hey there, I'm Jessica Moran. After last night's loss, the Red Sox find themselves 10 games out of first place in the AL East. Boston is looking up at everyone in the division, minus the Rays, and they are looking for a leader to step up and really help turn things around. Dustin Pedroia may have applied for that job last night after a 6-2 loss to the Indians. He told the media, quote, "I haven't gotten hot yet. I plan on getting hot. So does David. We're going to get Knapp back. We're going to get Vic back. We'll be there," end quote. Pedroia clearly not giving up and also alluding to their lackluster offense that ranks 21st in the league in runs scored. The game tonight might leave both teams bats silent for another night. It's ace versus ace as the Red Sox send John Lester to the mound against Max Scherzer. Lester has won his last 2 decisions, while Scherzer has won 6 of his last 7 decisions. The Blue Jays have been red hot in the AL East. They were taking on the Cardinals, and Shelby Miller flirting with a no-hitter. Bottom of the first, he strikes out Melky Cabrera swinging. Third inning, Juan Francisco swinging. Fourth inning, Jose Bautista grounds out to shortstop. Miller perfect through 4 innings. Top of the 5th, there's 1 out. The bases are empty. Randall Grichuk facing Mark Burley, and Grichuk homers to center. The Cardinals would go up 1-0 thanks to that. Bottom of the 6th, there's 2 outs. Miller still has the no-hitter going. He gives up the single, though, to Jose Reyes. He'd get out of the inning without giving up a run, but there goes the no-hitter. Bottom of the 9th, it's 5-0 Cardinals. Miller is still on the mound. He gets Edwin Encarnacion to pop out to end the game. The Cardinals beat the Blue Jays 5-0. Miller's second career complete game. The NBA Finals don't resume action until tomorrow night, but there are still plenty of questions concerning the health of LeBron James. James left Game 1 late in the fourth quarter with cramps caused by an unusually hot arena due to air conditioning failure, and LeBron has had to answer questions about it ever since. Miami lost control of the game in LeBron's absence and find themselves in a 1-0 series hole. Today, LeBron says he's recovering and should be ready in Game 2.
There's no way I could test my body for what I went through. You know, the conditions, the extreme conditions is nowhere near it is. So unless I decide to run from here to the hotel, that's the only way I'll be able to test my body out. But I'm doing well, doing a lot better. The soreness is starting to get out. So I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. And with another day, I should feel much better tomorrow.
Good news for former Patriot Wes Welker today in Elmont, New York. He owns Undrafted, a horse that won a preliminary event at the Belmont Stakes. Welker takes home $160,000 for the win. Welker drew attention to himself at the Kentucky Derby when he won a large sum of money and proceeded to pass out $100 bills to fans at the track. And Maria Sharapova is your French Open winner. She beat Simona Halep in 3 sets, earning her second French Open title in the last 3 years. It's also her 5th career Grand Slam title, but she sits 17 titles behind Steffi Graf with 22, the most in the Open era. From our Comcast Sportsnet newsroom in Burlington, Mass., I'm Jessica Moran. Have a great night.
And there aren't many complaints in the weather department today, right, Tim?
It's kind of quiet. Actually, we like that.
We
I like
that.
not having too much news except for the good news. There are a few showers in Maine that are going to evaporate with the setting sun. Nice moon next to Mars overnight tonight. Low near 60 late. Beautiful evening for the picnic. Tomorrow, sunshine, clouds, just a slight chance of a shower, mid-80s, and same thing on Monday. A few more showers on Tuesday. Maybe wash some of the pollen away.
Oh, yeah, we need to do that. I keep sneezing.
Right.
All right, thanks, Tim. And that's all the time we have for this half hour. I'm Catherine Sotnick.
I'm Tim Kelly. Thank you for watching NECN, New England's news station. More coming right up.